Recently, I decided to be a lot more intentional about bringing a human aspect to what I do, especially in BNI, because I'm 11 months into my membership and I've done about 70, 75 one-to-ones. And a lot of those have been productive and I would say successful. But in terms of getting the most out of it, I don't think I really have. And that's because every time I do a one-to-one, I'm really just thinking about like business stuff. Honestly, I need to prepare for my one-to-ones in general, like better, like in terms of researching the person before and making sure I look at their website, look at their social media, and really get a better idea of them. But going further than just the business, I'm really trying to get better at trying to connect to people in an actual like human connection way. Like if they like basketball or football, or maybe they have kids, or maybe there's a nonprofit organization that they volunteer for that they care a lot about. And I realize if I spend some actual time looking at the social media, whatever, going through their games profile, then I can actually be prepared to have a good conversation. Because I have had a lot of good conversations in these one to ones, but a decent amount of them have actually been awkward. A decent amount of them, like you just start off talking about business and you don't really connect with that well, just because it's like you just kind of know what you came for. But I don't know. I think the more I can talk about different interests that I have, different experiences I have, even if I could just find ways to work that into the conversation naturally, because I want to, pre-plan all these, human connection things. That being said, when I came up with the idea of like really going through their social medias, I did think like, what if I took it to some like stalker level where I'm just like seeing everything, all their like little interests, and then I'll just casually mention them in the meeting, like, "Oh, what? You're also a Carolina Panthers fan? Like, you also, I don't know. You're also allergic to peanuts? Me too. What a coincidence! How did I know that, Elliot? How did that coincidence happen?" Anyway, I think if I can figure out a non-creepy way to like know more about people, I do think that's going to be successful. Because I've been reading. I know it's cliche, but I've been reading how to win friends and influence people because why not? And I realized that if I'm going to be successful, it's not going to be through like having the best services or whatever. I mean, that's an important part, but it seems like one of the biggest lessons I've learned through BNI is like it really is who you know. It's like not just who you know, but the way to get more people to know you and you to know them is to be a person that people like, or at least that people think, oh, I need to spend more time with this person. And so I think the easiest way for me to do that is just, be a likable person. I'm already a likable person. So I think the more that I show my personality, the more that people can see, man, this guy Malcolm, he's a real cool dude. The more they'll want to do business with me. If I show them the great videos I make or how much money, they're really not gonna care. But if I say, hey, I'm a cool dude, I'm a cool dude, they might actually care about that. That's a joke, of course. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how I can be more social because naturally, I think as a kid, definitely as a kid, I was very extroverted, and I've learned to be like what ambiverted in my older age. But I'm trying to take it to another level because I don't want to be Mr. Super Social, super bubbly. But I've heard of people like doing like push-ups or like jumping on a little trampoline before they go on Zooms, so they actually have better energy, and so that they're able to easily connect to people or connect to people easier. And I'm going to start doing that because I have this tendency of just showing up. Like when I start Zooms, I keep on doing this thing where I'll like speak quietly, and the person will be like, "Ah, I can't really hear you that well. Is there something wrong with your mic?" And then it's just because I wasn't starting the meeting on 100. I was starting it on like 30, energy wise, of course. And so I don't want to come off as some type of spaz or something. I don't know if we can still say that word. I don't want to come off as some type of spaz. But at the same time, it's like anytime I've learned as a video person, anytime you think you're giving like 130%, you're actually giving like 90% energy wise. So if I'm like, if I bring the energy and people understand how corny I am, like who else do you know doing this? Your local BNI member, that's him. But yeah, that's a huge lesson that I recently learned. And so now I'm going to be intentional about like, actually connecting and actually caring, not just like, seeing what we have in common, like, trying to have some actually genuinely good conversations. And then we can get into the business stuff. But at the end of the day, no one really cares about the quality of what you do. We just care if we have the same peanut allergy. Come on, let's be serious. So yeah, if you're interested in BNI at all, or you would like to visit a chapter, for example, my remote chapter, which is focus in Bethesda, Maryland, but you can visit from anywhere. If any of that sounds good to you, then please reach out via the comments or reach out via Instagram. I would love to talk. This message has been approved by Malcolm Brown Videos.